Welcome to Art 105, History of Asian Art. My name is Alexandra Lazo, and I'll be your instructor for the next 16 weeks of this course, taught online through Los Angeles Valley College. In this introductory video, I just wanted to get you acquainted with our course, how we've organized things for you, and just tell you a little bit about myself and my teaching style. This course is taught entirely online, so we won't be seeing each other face to face, although I will be providing you with some videos like this one throughout the semester, just to sort of provide you with some extra contact. But I'm really excited to be teaching this course with you. I have been teaching Art 105 for the last 14 years at LAVC and other colleges within the district. Asian art is my favorite course because I'm an expert in the field, and so I love sharing this particular area of art history with you. My particular field of expertise is in Chinese art, and so we do focus quite a bit on that in our course, not just because it's my favorite, but also because there is a great abundance of historical documentation and art from China, which also influenced other areas such as Korea and Japan throughout ancient history. So we will be focusing quite a bit on China in this course. We will also be covering, of course, the ancient art and architecture of Korea, Japan, and India. So we'll be focusing on South and East Asia in this particular course. So our course will be taught entirely online using the Etudes online class platform, which you will have access to through your Valley College account. Everything takes place in our online classroom. All of our discussions, quizzes, and papers will be submitted through Etudes. I've provided a very detailed description of everything that has to do with the course in the syllabus, which you can access on the Etudes homepage of our course of Art 105. So before you do anything in our class, spend some time with the syllabus. I know it seems like there's a lot of information there, which there is, but it's information that you'll be using throughout the entire semester. So do spend some time reading the syllabus, getting to understand how the course works. I know this takes some time. Usually it takes about 2 weeks to really get accustomed to everything, but I definitely take that into account within the first 2 weeks of the course. So if you haven't taken an online course, just sort of dive in there and spend as much time as you can in the beginning, because it'll really help you out throughout the semester. Basically, I've organized our assignments into 4 different parts. The most important part of our class is our weekly discussions. So each week we will have an online discussion where you will answer a topic that I put forth in the discussion board, and also converse online with your fellow students by leaving feedback and reading what they've had to say about the particular topic. So this is our discussion board, a very important part of our course. I've also recorded lectures for you in VoiceThread, which is a very wonderful learning tool which I've used for the past 5 years that I've been teaching online. VoiceThread does a good job of imitating a regular lecture. So you'll be looking at slides while I describe them on VoiceThread. And after you see my lecture, you'll be leaving 2 comments on each VoiceThread. So the VoiceThreads are also worth points. And I recommend that you do the readings, which are assigned on a weekly basis, and view the VoiceThreads before you start any of the assignments, like the discussions or the quizzes, for example. So first do the VoiceThread, do the reading, and you'll have a really good understanding of the particular chapter that we're covering. For example, during our first week's assignment, we will be looking at the Neolithic and Bronze Ages. I'm sorry, that's in week 2. And these particular topics are covered at length in your readings and in the VoiceThread. And I've also provided weekly handouts for you covering the topic and things like the vocabulary. So for each particular topic, there's also vocabulary that you should become familiar with. I don't really quiz you on that specifically, but it is information that you'll want to try to include in your discussions, and things might also come up in the quizzes. That's another area that you'll be assessed on, the quizzes. There are 8 quizzes covering topics that are covered during the semester. The quizzes are not due until the very end of the semester, although you might want to do them as soon as you complete the chapter so that you don't fall too far behind and forget the material. But all the quizzes are due at the end of the semester. There is also a final project or a final paper due at the very end of the semester. And this is worth quite a few points. And basically you'll be able to choose your own topic, but you don't have to worry about that for a while, and I'll probably film another video for you explaining the final paper. So this is just a very brief overview of the way you're assessed in the course and the sort of topics we have. So spend some time, with etudes and with the syllabus, just getting to know everything. The best way to reach me is via the private messages in the discussion area. So if you ever want to talk to me, ask me a question, just send me a private message. I will get an email immediately alerting me to the fact that you've sent me a message. And I do log into class every single day, so if you have a problem, send me a private message and I'll get right back to you. Another area is the chat area. And all of these areas are located in the toolbar, which is on the left-hand side of the screen. So you'll see like discussions, assignments, syllabus, chat, everything is there. Etudes is very well organized, which is one of the reasons I love this tool. But yeah, chat is also a fast way to get in touch with people. Like if you see my name up on the board, you'll know that I'm in class, and you can go into the chat room and I'll immediately see that you're trying to contact me that way. So you can also contact me via chat. You can also chat with your fellow students in chat. There's a little box under which shows you who is in the class at any present time, and you can go in and try to chat with them that way also. So there are a lot of ways that we communicate in the online classroom, and I think that's one of the greatest assets of taking an online course. You have access to me all the time, and we have a lot of interaction. So everybody gets a chance to express their ideas about the topic, which is a wonderful aspect of this course. You're not sitting in a room with 80 other people waiting to have your chance to say something. You get to say whatever you like, and I go over everything and respond to most of your feedback in the classroom. So it's just a great way for us to get to know each other. I've also included the books that are required for the course in the syllabus, and they're available at the LA VC bookstore. Although you can also order them online, and you can get used copies, which are quite inexpensive through Amazon. So a lot of my students just purchase them online. You don't really need the books until we get into like week 3 of the course. I do provide a lot of very important information in the voice threads. So whatever you're quizzed on in the quiz will be included in both the voice thread and the readings. Of course, I encourage you to do both. You should always do both, but if you don't do the readings, view the voice thread, and all the information will be there as well. So that's about it. Oh, one more thing. I wanted to mention the modules, which is actually a very important part of the class. You'll also see the modules in the toolbar to the left-hand side. The modules are the weekly sections where I have placed all of the assignments that you need for a particular week. So if you click on the module section, you'll see the weekly modules from weeks 1 through 16. And this is where you will access all of the information for the class, like the assignments, the handouts. This is where you will access the links to VoiceThread, which is very important. You'll have to set up your own VoiceThread account, but it's free, so don't worry about that. You just basically have to register, and then you'll have access to my VoiceThreads. I've left detailed information about this in the syllabus, so just briefly read that section in the syllabus and log into VoiceThread, and you'll be able to have access to all of these online lectures that way. So that's very important. So everything you really need to know is in the modules. You'll see everything is listed. For example, under week 1, introductions, I have all the information you need for week 2, for example, the handouts, the VoiceThread links, the discussions. You will access the discussions in the discussion area, which is also in the left-hand toolbar. So, you'll see there is a topic for the discussions. Just click on discussions and you'll see them listed as well on a weekly basis. I usually open the discussions the week that they're due to prevent people from working ahead, although if you have some kind of issue that you need to work ahead, you're going to be going out of town or something's happening, let me know and I'll open the discussion for you a little early so you can do it that way. But like I mentioned, it seems like a lot of information at first, and it will take you some time to get used to, but just spend some time with it, and I promise it will all make sense and be a lot of fun in the end. So, access your information in the modules and in the toolbar, and everything is there. So, and if you have any questions, remember, just private message or email. My email information is in the Meet Your Instructor section of the announcements area. And it's basically all over the website, so you can't miss it. It's lazoal@labc.edu. You'll find it all over the homepage. I do change the announcements every week, and you will have an introductory announcement for each particular week. Sometimes there will be a video, sometimes not, but I will always give you an introduction, just introducing you to the material and what assignments are due for a particular week. One other thing I want to address is late work. Please try to get everything in on time. Even though we're an online classroom, we operate similar to a regular in-class class where we have assignments and they're due at the end of the week. This is primarily to stop you from falling behind, although I do know that things happen and sometimes you will perhaps miss an assignment. I don't mark down for late work, although if it is consistently late, I will have to contact you and we'll have to discuss this because I don't want you to get too far behind. So please make sure you get everything in on time every week. So that's about it. I'm really excited about sharing this journey with you, the journey of Asian art. I'm sure a lot of you have already taken Western art history courses, and you're going to notice a lot of major differences and also perhaps some similarities. So these are things that we'll bring up in the discussions every week. So good luck, and if you have any questions in the first week, don't hesitate to contact me. Thank you, and let's have a great start to the semester.